big story developing today. It's the second grid collapse within 24 hours. Half of India is without power as we speak. There's been a blackout in 20 states across northeastern and northeastern parts of India. More than 50 crore people have been affected because of this. Railway is severely hit in 6 zones, and more than 300 trains have been disrupted because of this. The first good news that is coming in is that the metro services in Delhi and the Delhi-Mathura railway route has been partially restored. The power situation is better in some hospitals as well, but most are still on backup. The government says the northeastern and northeastern grids collapsed as some states were overdrawing power. Let's look at the states that have been affected. 20 states, we are told: Delhi, Punjab, Jammu and Kashmir, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, in fact Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Rajasthan, Jharkhand, Odisha, West Bengal, Bihar and Sikkim have all been affected because of this power crisis. So why did the grids trip yet again? The optimal transmission frequency for a grid is 48 megahertz. As you can see, the transmission on northern grid dropped to 47.69 and the transmission on the eastern grid fell to 47.50 megahertz, which is why the grid stripped again. 3 states are the main culprits, we are told, which overdrew power from the northern grid. On average, Uttar Pradesh overdraws by 26 million units every day. Haryana also one of the culprits, overdrawing by 13 million units every day, and Punjab overdraws by a little over 5 million units every day. And this is why the situation once again becoming so difficult for authorities to manage. 20 states affected. Parikshit Luthra is one of our correspondents who's tracking the situation on the ground. We're also getting reports from Chandigarh. Let's take you straight to Parikshit first.
We're at LNGP hospital right now. All the critical areas here are well taken care of. Authorities tell us that there is a full power backup for all the ICUs. There is no problem as such. They in fact tell us that yesterday, when there was no power for about 20 hours, they managed fine. And that is indeed the case with other hospitals in the capital as well. We spoke to authorities in Gangaram and they said they can continue without power. The Delhi Health Secretary right now is in touch with all hospitals and at his own level is trying to find out when the power will be restored. With video journalist Ravinder Kumar in New Delhi, this is Parikshit Luthra.
सारा काम लाइट पर ही डिपेंड है। कल भी पहले भी ऐसा ही हुआ था, लाइट चली गई थी, आज फिर से लाइट चली गई है, सारा काम रुक गया है। हमें बहुत मुश्किल आ रही है, सारा काम रुक जाता है और कुछ भी हम नहीं कर पाते, क्लाइंट हमारे परेशान होते हैं। सरकार की जिम्मेवारी है जी, हमारे को लाइट दे, पानी दे, ये तो सरकार को चाहिए भी सारा ऐसा कुछ करे। ये लाइट है नहीं है, पानी की प्रॉब्लम।
It is very difficult for us. We have issues with getting water because there's no electricity.
The government should understand our difficulty and try to make the situation better.
The government must sort out the problems as soon as possible.
Let's go to our reporters now. Abhijeet Sen-Gupta joining us live from the Barakhamba metro station in the national capital. We also have with us Priyanka Gupta from Howrah station in Kolkata. Abhijeet, to you first. Barakhamba is one of the busiest stations, metro stations in the capital. The services have been partially restored, but I'm sure there's a huge backlog still. How are things at the moment?
So the service has been restored more or less right now. The trains are running in all lines at a frequency of about 10 minutes. So more or less the rush has been taken care of. It started around 3 and by now services are more or less normalized. The rush is normal peak hour rush which we see every day. But the problem lies elsewhere. Apart from NDMC area, Delhi doesn't have power anywhere else. In the larger Delhi areas, we think there are no powers. In fact, even on the traffic lights. Remember, this is the time when the traffic inflow increases as people come out from their offices and go home. And most of these traffic intersections has to be managed manually. Now, these traffic intersections, the busy ones, are being managed manually. A lot of those traffic intersections, smaller ones, are often left without managing. These are the areas where the traffic jams are happening. I'll give you a small example. When I was reaching this spot before coming on air, it took me 25 minutes instead of 5 minutes, which usually takes from this place to the place where I was. So such are the kind of problems that people would be facing today. So if you are in Delhi, if you don't have an essential travel, it is best to stay at home.
Right, best to stay at home, but too late. Maybe it's 4:30, so people who've gone for work are already in their offices. Priyanka Gupta is with us from Howrah station. Priyanka, the Chief Minister of West Bengal has declared a state holiday in the wake of this power crisis. But how are people really taking it?
A quick update before that, Balki. 3 trains have been cancelled at Howrah division, which is Howrah-Kalka Express, the Bagh Express as well as the Doon Express. Apart from that, of course, all the trains have been delayed by several hours now. The Chief Minister, in fact, spoke at Writers' Building, addressed the press conference a short while back, saying that it's going to take at least 10 to 12 hours for the situation to limp back to normalcy. And again, this tutu meh between the states and the centre continuing there again. Mamata Banerjee directly blaming the centre for this fiasco, saying that for the time she's willing to work with the centre to resolve this crisis, but yes, she did lob the ball directly at the centre's court, saying that it's completely the centre's problem and they should do everything they can to resolve this problem. She has also directed the hospitals to get generators as soon as possible, really showing how little equipped really hospitals are in this state, that many of them don't even have generators, and one has to encounter a situation like this for the Chief Minister to tell the hospitals to get generators, which they are doing at this point of time. Also, another very alarming incident that has happened at Asansol in Bardwan, Palki. 200 miners are trapped in eastern coal fields at Bardwan in 2 areas because of no electricity. The lifts are jammed and they cannot come up. So if the Chief Minister is to be believed that 10 to 12 hours are going to take for the power to come back, it's going to be a really long wait for those 200 miners trapped inside those coal fields. But let's just go quickly across to the passengers who've been stranded here for several hours. आप कितने घंटों तक यहाँ पे हैं और कौन से ट्रेन के लिए इंतजार कर रहे हैं?
मेरी बहन आने वाली थी पटना से, तो धनकुनी में 2 घंटा रुकी हुई थी और मैं यहाँ 2-3 घंटा से मैं अपने बहन के इंतजार में हूँ। मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ कि मेरा दिक्कत तो नहीं है, तो पूरा जनता की दिक्कत है। मैं आपका चैनल से मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ कि जो इंक्वायरी है, जो रेलवे बोर्ड का इंक्वायरी होता है हावड़ा स्टेशन का, इंक्वायरी में जितना भी कर्मचारी है उस कर्मचारी को रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दे कि हर आदमी को अच्छा से बता सके कौन गाड़ी कितना देर में आ रहा है। जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी फॉल्ट तो हो सकता है लाइन का, किंतु जो इंक्वायरी में जो बैठते हैं उनको थोड़ा पब्लिक को अच्छा से बोले और थोड़ा सा अच्छा से उनको मैंने कि बताएं कि मैंने उनको कोई दिक्कत ना हो।
As you can see, that very little has been done on the ground. Of course, this is a situation which is completely unprecedented. It's completely taken the administration as well as the railway authorities off guard. But the good news is, Palki, that if anybody can really heave a sigh of relief in Kolkata, are those people who will be traveling in metro stations through metro, because the metro services are running smoothly. But as far as train services are concerned, and very soon the rush hour traffic is going to be on Shialda and Howrah. They are 2 very important stations that connect Kolkata with the suburbs. So the office goers will also have a tough time commuting back home. Even Mamata Banerjee has given an early day off, so it will be difficult for the commuters to go back home at this point in time.